This is a tablet that turns into a laptop or a laptop that turns into a tablet. It has this 13-inch screen. It supports up to external 4K displays, runs Windows 11. It has an Intel quad-core CPU, 12 GB of RAM, 512 gigs of flash storage, a pen stylus for drawing. It has a solid build quality and it comes at an interesting price, but it has one thing that I don't like. For those looking for a tablet with a really nice build quality, all metallic body, a nice screen, the option to be used as a laptop computer, and also optionally a pen stylus so that we can take some notes and drawing at an affordable price, especially when we compare this kind of specifications and quality with some of the competition, which is really tough to beat. I will leave links down below because we can get only the tablet, which comes with the cover. We can also add the keyboard if we need, or we can also add the pen if we need to. It has this 13-inch display, 2880 by 9020 resolution. It is an IPS panel with vibrant colors, a good contrast. It has 300 nits of brightness, which is something that it doesn't look like it has only 300 nits. Now, it is a glossy panel with really awesome colors, as I said, but as you can see, it doesn't look like it has only 300 nits. I've used it outside and also here. This happens with any glossy panel, this when we redirect with the lights, but even with bright conditions it looks like it has more than 300 nits. At least that's the sensation, but the specification says 300 nits. That is it. And if you are watching this video on your Windows 10 or 11 computer and you still haven't activated and can't even edit your desktop icons, don't forget to check out CDKEysales.com, where we can find budget official OEM keys at an affordable price, and with the coupon code that you can see on screen and down below on the video description, it will get even cheaper. It weighs 790 grams. It has only 0.9 millimeters of thickness. It comes with the Intel N100 CPU, which is a quad-core CPU at 3.4 GHz, 12 GB of DDR5 RAM, 512 GB of SSD flash storage, Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.0, and Windows 11 Home Edition. It has a full metallic body, and in terms of the ports, on the right side it has one USB Type-A 3.2 generation 1, which means that it's 5 gigabit in terms of bandwidth. On the left side it has two USB Type-C 3.0 ports and a micro HDMI. Now, the USB Type-C ports also support video output, so it will enable us to connect up to two external 4K displays. I did test it out and it was able to go up to 4K at 60 Hz each, no issues whatsoever while playing around. The keyboard and stylus are optional, as I said. The keyboard is a backlit keyboard, quite decent, comfortable, and usually on the budget devices there are also budget options such as this one. But here Shui had careful enough to include a backlit keyboard. For example, the key travel is nice enough. The trackpad, it's not big and it's not the best, actually far from it, but it is a trackpad that we can use, and having in mind that it's a budget option, then no issues whatsoever while using this, which, by the way, the magnetic here works really well, unlike other parts that don't work that well. The Stylus Pen takes a 4A battery. It is a active pen, and on my testings it did work really nice. If we want to take some notes, it will do a good job. If you want to do some drawing as well, but I would say that if we compare with the pens, this has a slight delay, especially when we compare with top-end pens that we have used here. But having in mind that those pens usually cost almost the same that we have here on Gears, so there's no comparison possible. Now, I did some tests there and you can see the delay when especially when I'm doing those draws really quickly, and that's a normal thing on this kinds of pen. It's not the first time that we see this behavior on a budget-oriented pen, but if we want to use it to take notes especially, then that will be great. Now, taking notes, having in mind that we have 0.9 millimeters here, which is a really thin tablet, but we will take some time to get used and take notes. It's not impossible at all, but we need to practice a little bit. Now, something that we need to practice as well, and it's the only thing that I did find as a weak point, which is the cover. Now, having in mind that when the cover is like this, there's no weak point. It will get just great, a solid attachment through the magnetic system. But once I want to use the cover like this to be used as a laptop, for example, then the magnetic system fails to be used properly. It will not hang really well, and I would suggest that if you are going to get this kit here, which is awesome for the price that it costs, but I would be cautioned to, when using on laptop mode, just be aware that you will need to put it in a fixed position, and after that, okay, there can be some movement, not too much movement, especially on sideways. If we move sideways, then we need to hold the tablet because it will detach from the cover. But that was the only thing which, if we are careful enough, no worries whatsoever. But it's the weakest point that I've seen on this kit right over here. It is a tablet, so it has a front-face camera, which is useful for some things like unlocking the screen, some video calls, and it also has a main camera at the back with 8 megapixels. So this is the front-face camera, audio being recorded with the tablet. And although I wouldn't recommend this to record videos and whatnot, this is the image quality being recorded at 1440p, which is interesting because the back camera, the main camera, only records at 1080. So this is the quality that we can expect. Now recording with the back camera, 8 megapixels, 1080 resolution, unlike the 1440 that we did record with the front-face camera. Now looking at some numbers so that you can compare with other tablets, in Geekbench 6 we got 1200 on single core score and 2600 on multi-core score. This is not a surprise for us because we have tested a lot of computers with the Intel N100, which we have used in several scenarios like smart home applications where we did install several operating systems, Proxmox for example, and then with a lot of services. In terms of the disk speed test, 3200 megabytes per second on reads and 2600 megabytes per second on writes. Wi-Fi, I was able to get 212 megabits on maximum from a maximum of a possible 500 megabit connection. This tablet will handle productivity tasks without any issues: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, email, browsing, media playback effortlessly without any issues whatsoever. It also supports light gaming like Asphalt 8, although it's not designed for heavier games. So if you're looking for high demanding games, then you will be able to play cloud gaming services like we do with Xbox. But if you want to play them raw on the hardware, this is not the tablet. Actually, we have seen some tablets that we can play high demanding games, but they cost 5 or 6 times what we have here. And they also use external GPUs, which we can connect on Thunderbolt for connectivity, which it doesn't have here, and then with an external GPU, which costs a lot more as well. So we need to have our perspectives in mind. This is a productivity tablet which will allow us to play some light gaming. So for the quality overall that we see on this tablet, on the build quality, on the ports, on the performance of the hardware that it has, on the screen, which is something really important on a tablet, for the possibility to connect to external 4K displays and the possibility to be used as well as a laptop with a stylus, there is not much competition. Actually, it's really hard to find something on the same price point with all the features that this tablet has. We can find better and much more expensive. We can find lower quality, lower performance with lower price. We can also find something interesting, which is lower performance, lower quality, and the same price or higher price. So Shui, for the past 2 years or so, has been developing new gear, not only tablets, but other devices, which are really interesting from the quality point of view and also for the price that they offer their devices, which is great to see on the market. Hopefully you've enjoyed to discover some of the details that I shared about the Shui Hi10 Max. If that was the case, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.